It's an absolute pleasure and an honour to be here today. Thank you so much to UVN for making this possible. I think it's incredible that you're supporting this event, but also supporting the movement to create better food in Taiwan, so that is incredible. And also to SC Insights, who have helped make this possible. So thank you for the kind introduction. Jamie's been a very busy guy ever since 2002 in terms of his foundation and the work that we've been doing. So I thought today I would give you a little bit of an introduction to that, lead into from the Food Revolution Day and the work in schools and some of the really incredible things that are happening in schools in the UK. And I think we're actually now probably leading the world in some of the work that's happening to improve not just school food, but also the relationship that people have with food. So I will start by giving you a little intro into Jamie and the charity. We're really rooted in education, and we believe that food education is vital, whether it be the very first time that you learn in schools, in primary schools, whether it's at any time, that's the work that we do in our communities, or whether that education in food leads to a career, which is the work that we do with 15 apprentices, both in London and Cornwall and in Amsterdam. So we're about education, we're about food education. And Jamie's aim, and the Foundation's aim, is that we're about empowering other people, raising awareness of the power of food, and activists and people that believe in good, solid, quality food. That's what we're about, raising awareness. We're not about us running programs in other countries around the world. We're about inspiring others to do that where possible, and finding great partners. It's a really important thing for us as an organisation. This is something that was really the part of the start of James' journey in terms of food. So when you're faced with, he looks much younger than, doesn't he? When you're faced with that reality, as a parent, as an individual, he felt as though he needed to do something about that. So that was really the beginning of his view of what school food looked like. I think that's in America, but actually in the UK the food system would have looked just as broken. And that's one of the things that we've tried to reconnect, not just him, but loads of other people, and I'll come to that later on. So what's he been doing since around food? So I think his programs are broadcast here, so you will have followed him in some of the campaigning, some of his cookery programs as well. But he started in 2005 with the School Dinners campaign, and that really shook up the establishment. It shook up people to start, and parents to start to realise what was happening in schools. And as a result of that, he managed to convince government to put more money in. And funding is a key element, clearly, to increasing and improving food quality, particularly in schools or in any environment. You need to make sure it's funded properly. So more funding went in to school food, and then later down the line, additional funding came through. So over £500 million was actually invested into school food, not just the food that's served, but also the training of cooks, the way it's delivered operationally, to make sure that people can actually learn and understand the way to do that. So a lot of investment went into that. Some improvement in facilities. I visited the school today, and they're having a kitchen to be able to provide food for the children. At the moment it's brought in, but they've received some money to invest into that kitchen. In the UK, similarly, it was around how do you involve the schools in providing better food? Well, encouraging them to cook their own is one option. So more money was driven into the system.